Hey gang. Hey guys, it's been a long time. So I've come out of my hiding place and decided that it's time to do a book review because all I do on this channel is sing and nobody wants to hear that. Nobody wants to hear that. We all love books here. If you didn't know that, now you do. If you don't like books, go away. I'm going to preface this by saying that I don't have a proper microphone, a proper camera, and my room is messy. So we're just gonna let it go how it goes. I am currently recording this on my phone, but it has a good camera. So let's just get right to the point of the video. Book reviews. Yeah. Also, just a quick warning, this video is probably going to be really short because I have no idea how to make a YouTube video. So bear with me here while I learn. So today, we're talking about my favorite book ever. I have read it so many times. As you can tell, still reading it. Again. So, this book is called The Postcard Killers by James Patterson. It was originally published in January 2010, but in Swedish, but the English adaptation was published in August 2010. It was also made into a film adaptation in 2020, but I gotta be honest, I don't really like the movie that much. Like, a lot of plot points were like drastically changed, and I feel like it just didn't do the book justice, like most film adaptations. And of course, I'm going to preface this with a spoiler alert. I don't know why I said it like that. With a spoiler alert, because I am going to be talking about the book. So I definitely suggest you read it. Yeah, I suggest you read it. It's a very good book. Okay, so let's get into it. So the first chapter is set in Berlin, Germany, and that is where we are introduced to our main character, Jacob. And he is a former LAPD officer, and he is investigating the slaying of his daughter, who was on vacation with her newlywed husband, and they were murdered. I'm also going to add that he wasn't on a formal investigation. He was just trying to figure it out. And this book takes us through all of Europe, pretty much, just through, like, every major European city. And it is so, like, the way that the author wrote the book is so beautiful. And, like, you can just, like, you feel like you're there almost. Which is eerie in a way because it is a murder book. It's like, you don't want to be there, but the way that it's written, you feel like you're standing in the art museum looking at those pieces. I haven't mentioned the art museum yet. Oops. Speaking of the art museum, essentially the main plot point of this book is that there are a pair of murderers going around Europe and killing newlywed young couples and setting up their bodies in the form of art pieces, like in a display of some form of art piece, and then sending a postcard to the nearest police station, with that postcard picture being a picture of the way that those bodies were posed. And one of the first postcards that we were introduced to was sent to a lady named Desi, the second character that we were introduced to. And she is a journalist for a Swedish newspaper. And I'm not going to give away too much about this book because obviously it is such a good book and I 100% encourage you to read it. But there are so many, like, twists and turns and, like, plot twists in this book of things you would never ever see coming. And it's just such a page turner. Like, you're on the edge of your seat the entire time. You're like, oh my god, what is going to happen next? Like, I remember the first time I read this book, I was sitting there and I was like, I have absolutely no idea what's going to happen next. Like, I was flipping through the pages and I was like, I could not have assumed any of this. Spoiler alert for the ending of the book. However, along with all of the amazing, fantastic things about this book, the ending is very unsatisfying. Like, I don't know, it's just a lot of things that I find with really good books is like it has to have a good ending or else it kind of messes up the rest of the book. Same as how like it has to have a good beginning, or like I feel like the first and the last lines of the book are some of the most important. So this book is amazing. However, the ending is very unsatisfying. Like it feels very cut short. Like I like leaving books and feeling like I know the whole story and like I'm not left with anything unless there are like sequels or prequels or something else to the series. However, this is the only book and I felt sort of at a loss. So that is The Postcard Killers. I'm going to give it a 9.3 out of 10 because it is my favorite book ever. Like, it is one of those books that you pick up and you cannot put down until it is completely finished. Like, you can read it a million times and every time you find new things interesting about it. However, the ending did kind of put off the whole thing for me. Like, I felt robbed, I don't know, of like a satisfying ending. And I feel like a lot of James Patterson's books are like that. He is such a good writer, he's such a good author, he comes up with such good ideas. However, the endings always feel sort of cut short, which I feel like a lot of people probably like about him, but I felt unsatisfied to some degree. So yeah, I'm still not quite sure how I'm gonna do YouTube videos yet. I hope that you enjoyed this. If anyone even watches it, I don't even know. But recommend some books for me to read and review, and you know, maybe next time I'll do more than one book review because I have a feeling this video is going to be pretty short. So yeah, bye!